Welcome back, everybody. And I mean that. Welcome back to Star Wars Fanatic. Yeah, that's right. Not the Outer Rim anymore. It's Star Wars Fanatic again, the channel where we dive deep into the Star Wars lore, give deep analysis of Star Wars, all things Star Wars. And today we're going to be talking about why I changed back to Star Wars Fanatic from the Outer Rim, as well as some thoughts on the Skeleton Crew. Nah, nothing negative. You know me, I don't do anything negative. I don't even give a review or tell you if I like something or not, because why? My opinion doesn't really matter. It doesn't. Your opinion should be your own, and it shouldn't be reflected on my opinion, and my opinion shouldn't reflect on your opinion. Think what you want, feel what you want, like what you want, dislike what you want. It's up to you. It's Star Wars. There's something here for everybody, baby. But before we get into all that, hit that subscribe button like it's a Roman citizen. Slap it right across the face. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some of the whys. And the first one is, why did I change my name to Star Wars Fanatic? Well, for those of you who are new here and don't remember the Star Wars Fanatic days, I have been Star Wars Fanatic on this channel for about 4 years. It's kind of been, not inbred. I'm not an inbreeder. It's kind of been soaked into my core. And it felt good to be Star Wars Fanatic, but there were times when the negativity would pour onto the channel just because of my name. Well, I've been a fanatic of Star Wars since 1977. I don't want to change that. I changed it to the Outer Rim to seem a little different, like, hey, please don't bring your negativity here. I don't want it. I'm not going to engage in it. It's not going to happen. But you know what? I am Star Wars Fanatic, and that's what felt right to me. Calling myself the Outer Rim for a while sounded, one, dirty. Yeah, it sounded kind of nasty, didn't it? I know a lot of you made jokes in the comments about wanting to work with me and getting an Outer Rim job. I like those jokes. They're hilarious. But be that as it may, Star Wars Fanatic is who I've been for the longest time, and that feels right to me. The Outer Rim just never really sat right with me, and not that that's a bad name. I appreciate all the name suggestions that came out during that time of voting, and they were all great. It just didn't really settle, and I thought about the other names and thought, well, will this one settle better? Will this one sit better with me? And none of them really did. It just, this is who I've been for so long. This is who I want to continue to be, and this is who I will be forever. Whether my channel grows or not, that's whatever. I'm just here to talk about Star Wars. But sometimes you have to put on a fresh coat of paint, and that's what I was trying to do. Put on a fresh coat of paint, reinvent myself, all that happy horse crap. It didn't really work. Yeah, not for me anyway. But I'm keeping the logo that I created for the new branding as my old branding. It's a mix of the old with some new stuff in it as a fresh coat of paint. Yeah, I like that. And with that fresh coat of paint, I've decided for the members only that is where my fan fictions are going to go. I got to give them something, guys. I got to give them something special, and why not stories that I create? So if you want to see those, join as a member. Doesn't matter the level you join at, you'll get to see all the material. If you can afford more, sweet. If you can't, I understand completely. If you can't afford any of it, that's fine with me too. I'm not here for the money. Like I said, I'm just here to talk about Star Wars. So let's talk about Star Wars, shall we? And we're going to talk about, that's right, the Skeleton Crew, the newest on Disney Plus for Star Wars with Jude Law. Now, in my last video, I talked about how this is more like Treasure Island and mixed with some Goonies and possibly some Stranger Things, but we'll have to see what time shows us in that theater. Now, I wasn't trying to take away from anybody thinking this was Goonies in space. Not at all. In fact, I'm enhancing that. I think it is kind of a Goonies in space, but it is also mixed with Treasure Island. You got the old guy who's trying to take up the helm and lead the children and teach the main children what to do. And we don't know what he is, if he's good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I'm thinking he's got a little sense of moral ambiguity there. And I think a lot of other people are too. But Jude Law's character is definitely not the straightforward character that we're being led to believe. Now, that piece of element is missing in Goonies. Goonies has sloth, yes, but Jude Law's character is hardly a sloth figure. I'd say it's more like SM33, who conveniently sounds like Smee when you spell it out. Smee being the right-hand man, first mate of Captain Hook in the Peter Pan series, leading us back to the whole pirate theme. Now, as Goonies is a movie about adventures with kids, I should say The Goonies, because Goonies are the kids in the show. The Goonies is the name of the movie. Anyways, The Goonies is an adventure for kids. Skeleton Crew is also an adventure for kids. But there's one key element missing from The Goonies that Skeleton Crew has, and it's that Long John Silver character, Captain Silver. Yeah, and if you've seen Black Sails, you'll come to love Silver later on. It's a good prequel to Treasure Island, a good adult prequel. Anyways, so I wasn't trying to take away from anybody thinking this is like Space Goonies, because it absolutely is. There's so much of it that is like Goonies, but there's also the element that is like Treasure Island. But I guess we will see how it turns out. I'm hoping it does have kind of a Stranger Things twist to it at some point with a little bit of horror in there, a little child's horror, you know. Demogorgon was kind of frightening for a child, I guess. And the Mind Flayer. The guy was wicked. Anyways, I don't think they're going to show up in Star Wars. Of course not. You know, this isn't Stranger Things, but I'm hoping it has that darker twist, such as Stranger Things did. But I really don't have much to say about the Skeleton Crew right now because it's only 2 episodes in. The only theory or speculation that I have is that Jude Law's character is not as inherently good as we've been made to believe. So we'll see how that turns out. But like I said, I'm here for it. And I'm here for all things Star Wars. Some of it I'll talk about more and some of it I'll talk about less. Why? Because some of it just didn't captivate me the way it should. Or the way it should with other people. You guys can think what you want about those shows. I'm not going to list them out here. There aren't many of them, but there we are. All right, so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the channel as a member to see my fan fictions as they pop up, because I will be doing more of them, probably one every couple weeks or so. So don't forget to check that out. And leave a comment down below what you think about returning to the Star Wars Fanatic name, and also what you think about the Skeleton Crew so far. I'd love to hear from you. All right, until the next time, this is Gerald saying, may the Force be with you always.